My name's Charles. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about how to install a central processing unit. I'm going to show you a little bit about how we remove the old CPU from the motherboard, the importance of cleaning thermal compound, the old thermal grease that's on the CPU, and how to apply the new thermal compound, and then how to put the heatsink back on the CPU so that you can put your motherboard back in its case. First of all, if you want to get the job done right, you have to have the right tools, and here are some of the things that I use and I also highly recommend. First, you want to make sure you have a good anti-static free environment. For home purposes, a lot of times a foam block is a good thing to have. Because it'll reduce your chance of static electricity, and it's a good place to lay your motherboard. Other basic items, thermal compound, and there's many different types available on the market. You'll definitely need a Phillips screwdriver, and I also like to keep a little medication box for screws that you take out of your system. Keeps you from losing them or from getting them knocked around. Oh, by the way, another item you might want to pick up if you don't have it already is a small bottle of isopropyl alcohol, which you're going to need to prep your surface area before you apply your thermal compound. You can see here I have a small bottle that I purchased. It is highly flammable, so you want to be aware of that. And here you can see we placed the motherboard on the foam block, and I will release the spring mechanism and pull the heatsink off the board so that you can see where the CPU, how the CPU lays on the board and how to remove it. Again, I'm using the foam block to try to minimize static discharge. And I'm going to be very careful not to touch the surface of the board with my fingers if at all possible. First thing you need to do is notice the release mechanism here. I'm going to gently press down on that and push it in. And then we will remove the heatsink like so. And you can see there's a little bit of the old thermal compound on there. And what I'm going to do is take some of this paper towel and just remove that old thermal grease with this isopropyl alcohol. Now I'm going to remove the CPU. There's a little lever right here. Just press down on that. And lift up, and we'll grab the CPU by the edges, gently lifting up. You want to be really careful on these. This is an AMD. It's got a lot of little pins and they're very easy to bend, so you want to be especially careful. Also, to try to make things a little easier, they have a little triangle here in the corner that's used to help you line up the CPU when you put it back in. This is an older board. You can notice in the center a little burning there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take a little bit of this thermal compound that I have here and apply it to my CPU. The key to this is you want to make sure you have the right amount. You don't want to use too much and you don't want to use too little. Let's get a nice little glob in the center there. What we want to do is achieve a nice contact but not have it oozing over the edges. So what I'm going to do is just remove a little bit with this cotton swab Q-tip. And I'd say that's probably an adequate amount right there. That's probably just about right. So what we're going to do is lining up our triangle here. We will gently replace the CPU. And that's uses gravity, zero force, just slides right in there. Take the bar, gently press it down, and we've got it in place. Take my heat sink, set it down. Okay. And I'm going to press these down. And these can be a little tricky. If you have trouble, you can use a flathead screwdriver to help you press that little spring mechanism down, but shouldn't be too bad. There we go. It's on nice and tight and secure. You can see it there. And then don't forget to hook your power up, your fan back up. And in this case, we're going to plug it in right here. Just like that. And that's pretty much all there is to it.